everyone. Today we are going to present our presentations about international labor mobility and its effect on countries. So we all together five in our groups. Me myself Sheila Basnet and Sabine, Smriti, Dipesh and Sanjay. So we are group 18 from S1 and I'm going to present objectives of the presentations. Our objectives of presentation is introductions, as our criteria is that background of the international labor mobility, effects of international labor mobility on the nations, advantage and disadvantage of national labor mobility, and at last we will present our conclusion. So we will introduce about globalization has obtained lots of popularity and how it has done. We will present that one. Internationalizations also increase knowledge of labors. International labor mobility increases the capability of the management. And at last we will discuss related to benefits and harms it has done to national markets. So talking about backgrounds of international labor mobility, people they can move from one country to another country to increase their skill and to gain some job as well. It also has gives some benefits in the area of like if some countries they are underdeveloped or developing, they can gain the benefits of working internationally. So for the rest of the presentation, I would like to call my friend Dipesh. Thank you.
Go.
Thank you, Sheila. Hello, everyone. I would like to continue the presentation with different types of mobility, where I have national mobility, personal mobility, geographical mobility, and occupational mobility. The first one is national mobility. In national mobility, it is seen that labor moves within a particular nation with economic intentions rather than any personal intention. The second is personal mobility. In personal mobility, labor are mainly moved from place to place for their personal growth rather than any for nation or any other things. The third is geographical mobility. In geographical mobility, labor moved from different geographic location in search of different opportunities. And the final is occupational mobility. In occupational mobility, labor move from different place in for their occupation in different in search of better job or any other things. And now I would like to call my friend Smriti for rest of the presentation. Thank you.
Now I'm going to present the effect of international labor mobility on the nations. There are both positive and negative effects of the international labor mobility. Talking about the positive effect, most of the countries has developed the economic skills because of the increasing number of the labor force, and as well as the worker has also increased their personal development. And talking about the negative effects, even though in the positive effect the economic scale has increased, but these days the number of the labor has increased, due to which more amount of money has to be paid for the workers and the other countries. So because of which there is more amount of spend for the laborers. And now I'm going to talk about the distributions of migrant workers in 2013 by region, which is given by ILO 2015. According to ILO 2015, there were total 150 million migrant workers, among which 44.3% were female and 55.7% were male. And according to this data, 33% migrant were from Europe, followed by 24.7% from North America, followed by 14% from Asia, 11.7% from Arab states, 7.8% from the Southeast Asia and Pacific, 5.8% from Africa, and 2.9% from Latin America and the Caribbean. Now I'm going to call my friend Sabine for the presentation. Thank you.
Go. Thank you, Smriti, for letting me to present this slide. I'm going to talk about the advantage and disadvantage of international labor mobility. First, talking about the advantage, it increases the employment rates. As we know, when the laborers move from one country to another country, it helps to increase the employment rate nationally and internationally. Second point is development of economic condition. When people get job, obviously their living standard will get higher. And the third point is development of knowledge of laborers. This is mainly because when people tries to go to new places and learn new things, they try to adjust over there. It helps to develop the personal knowledge of laborers as well as it helps to develop the overall condition of the workforce. Now talking about the disadvantages of international labor mobility. First point is it brings frustration among the laborers. As you know, people have to move from one country to other countries. They feel homesick and all of other things that they feel alone themselves. This brings frustration among the labor forces. The second point is its inability to adapt to the changes with the certain countries. As you know, the national culture of different country is of various countries varies from one country to another country. Some countries follow the strict and complex rules and regulation, and in those countries when people works, there's always there's some kind of difficulties where laborers have to adjust over there. And the third point of disadvantage of international labor mobility is it weakens the national security of the country. As you know, when the people labor force move from one country to other country, without when the high skilled labor are moved from one country to the other country, the labor moves without much more cross background check. This activity is highly it's highly overtaken by the terrorist organization, and they take the bad influence from this, and that's why it weakens the national security of the country. For now, rest of the slides, I'd like to call my friend Sanjay to conclude this slide. Go.
Thank you, my friends. To conclude the presentation, we can say that international mobilization of labor force is able to develop the performance of laborers and also result in development of economy of certain organizations. It also ensures that management of various organizations are able to develop their performance with proper utilization of workforce with less payments made to them. Thank you.